Hey Travis, it's Wednesday, December 14th. Alright, so today I want to talk about Colorado, buying land there, and specifically what that might entail. For the sake of today's video, we're going to divide Colorado up into 5 sections. To your east, you've got mostly plains. To the north center, you've got the Front Range. Just south of that, around where the Rio Grande sits, you've got the San Luis Valley. To the northwest, you've got mountains. And to the southwest, you've got more mountains, but those are a little different than the northwest, so we're going to talk about that in a bit. First, I want to talk about the plains to the east and the San Luis Valley together. Now, for the sake of what we're looking for, I think these are possibly the two worst options, mostly because they're both incredibly flat and incredibly dry. The only upside of these areas is that they are by far the cheapest possible land to get in Colorado, but that's not really much of a saving grace. Up next, we have the Front Range, a fantastic area, lots of foothills, lots of mountains nearby, and some of the highest annual snowfall that you're going to get in Colorado. Unfortunately, the price is incredibly high compared to any other parts of Colorado. There's a lot of major metropolitan areas around there, kind of like Denver, lots of suburbs, and that really jacks up the price. So if we're interested in trying to get land there, it's going to cost a lot. Moving on to the southwest mountains of Colorado. The mountains here are incredibly rocky, incredibly steep, and for the most part, seem to lack a lot of the heavily forested areas that other bits of Colorado seem to have. All this being said, this place is absolutely gorgeous in its own right. It is very bleak, very Spartan, but undeniably beautiful. Last but not least, we're going to talk about my personal favorite, the mountains to the northwest. These mountains are a lot more hospitable than those to the south and much more affordable than those in the Front Range. They have plenty of forested areas and amazing skiing from what I've seen. Honestly, this is the best bet, I think, if we're going to go for land in Colorado. This looks like I've always imagined. Now that I've covered the different regions of Colorado, I'd like to talk about different things we should keep in mind whenever we're looking for a actual piece of land to buy. There's some obvious stuff that you should think about, like roads, where's the nearest highway, where's the nearest school, where's the nearest hospital, where's the nearest town, things like that. Does it have internet, power, water, all those things? And then there's stuff you might not think about, like if you can't get water to there, can you drill a well? Because the water rights in Colorado are a bit strange, that sometimes you may not be able to drill a well, and even if you do have a well, you might only be able to feed water to inside. You couldn't use it to feed water outside to water a garden for something like that. Things like that we need to keep in mind as we're going through this process. Obviously, that's well down the road, but I don't want to forget about that, so that's what a video is good for. It kind of keeps a permanent record of things like that. So that's pretty much it. This whole video was the product of about an afternoon's worth of research, so obviously I don't know everything and I am still learning tons. Let me know what you think. If you have anything you want to add, anything you found out, please share it. Try to avoid anecdotal stuff like a specific property here, because obviously that's probably not going to be around and we can't just judge based off of one property that looks really nice. We have to kind of do our research on areas, things like that. Thanks, Travis. I will see you whenever your next video is, because I'm not entirely sure when I'm going to upload this one.